FlatsClass fans, Captain CA here with FlatsClass YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. This is where you come to become a better inshore angler. All right, I'm just returning from South Carolina, Hilton Head Island actually, where we were tangling with some pretty big fish, jack crevalle and bull redfish out in the ocean. But prior to that, we had a sail fishing trip there in Stuart, Florida, and on the way in, we tangled with a giant snook. Go check this footage out. Right now, I'll be back to talk about the Shimano Twin Power XD. That's the reel that made a big difference for us. So go check out the action. This is crazy. Aiden hooked up a 30-something inch snook that ran up underneath this dock. And now the only alternative to get him is to jump in the water. So Sam grabbed his camera and we are just sitting here seeing if they can fish this thing out.
Watch out for the line. I can't find it. I can't find it.
You don't know where he is?
No.
You're gonna get him.
I just gotta feel where it's coming off of. I can't find it. No. Oh.
Is he out?
No. I'm wrapped.
What? Trust me, I am.
What am I? 10 breaths.
Bring me a rod. Go this way. You got it, you're good.
Oh, it's on the reel. I don't even know if he's still there. I might have got beat again.
No,
I think he's still there.
you've not been beat.
Oh, he did. Come on. Where is he?
I'm running the trolling motor. I'm able to stay in one spot. This is some drama right here. Some serious drama. I'm gonna put my twin power to the test.
No. God.
Be patient. It is.
God. Where is she going? Sam, you got an idea?
What's that?
I don't know where she is.
Just keep following the line.
Hey Sam, buddy, did you get all the shots you needed up until this point?
Yeah?
Okay. Including the powerful move?
Not yet. This happened.
I can't find where she is.
If you haven't guessed, we're on a shoot. We just stopped at this dock on the way in after sail fishing.
We dive down?
And we
I mean,
wanted
if you
to.
want to follow it,
Sure, hold this.
I'm gonna keep it slow.
We may have to
You
have
can follow it.
a
Just let me know where
part
it's going.
2
Keep it
as
flat,
Sam
though.
goes
Keep it moving.
underwater and tries to free the snook from around one of these pilings. So we are going to
Feel
find.
it?
I think it's through this.
We're going to find out here.
You gonna pass your rod to the middle?
Oh, you
In
got
the
it.
meantime, we got that to deal with back behind us. That's about to get us.
Oh, got it. Got it.
free. He got it out. He got it out. It's amazing. This is kind of this snook from, oh, we're gonna have to follow.
It's gonna run out of water eventually. Oh, she's out! She's out! She's out! Oh! Oh! You guys want to meet me on the other side? We got her. She's out. Here's from the beach. Yeah, it's from the beach. There's rocks up here though.
All right, we are gonna go around this dock and get on the beach on the other side and see if Aiden's got this fish. That came from underneath this dock.
Thank you.
Never give up. Never give up.
Woo.
Unbelievable. Well, the twin power. The twin power. The Shimano twin power.
Drop her. Back up a little bit. 3, 2, now.
This was actually part of our episode. What a deal. I mean, unbelievable. Probably close to a 40-inch snook.
On the fish, or else it will not show up.
Nice. That's the way you end a sailfish trip. You go snook fishing. Pretty incredible piece of footage. And having Aiden as my co-host on this episode of FlatsClass Television was a big deal. Not only to just him, but to me, because we took a Marquesa and we went offshore and we went sail fishing. We got 3 sailfish. But what the video is about is on the way in, there was this like huge squall line of thunderstorms that was basically between us and the marina. So we're not gonna be able to make it back. So he's like, you know, there's a couple of docks down here, one in particular that holds some pretty big snook. And with the lighter rods that we have in the boat, maybe we could catch one. I was like, perfect. As you saw, he jumps in the water with my Twin Power XD and proceeds to swim around. Now, I personally would have never jumped in that water. It looked, well, let's face it, it looked pretty disgusting. But he's 22 years old, he's on a television show, and he's determined. So I recommended him, if he felt bad, to go to the doctors. Just saying. Anyhow, young Aiden, with all the bravado and vigilance it took, swam through the docks and the pilings, comes out on the other side, and basically frog swims with the rod, reeling it until he could get to the beach, and started fighting this fish and landed it. It turned out to be a 36-inch snook, which on the east coast of Florida, that's a hefty snook, 20-pound snook. Impressive. What was really impressive is the amount of toughness that this Shimano Twin Power XD exhibited to be able to do that. Now you're like, well, it had never seen the water before that, so it was okay. That is true, because I take good care of my stuff. But the sensitivity and the toughness of these reels, the way they built them for inshore saltwater anglers, to me is just unmatched. It possesses a technology at Shimano called X-Protect, which is basically a coating of the parts of the reel and the outside of the reel. And then there's a labyrinth system that makes it difficult for water to get inside the gearbox of the reel. All that being said, he was in the water for quite some time. So I doused this reel with a bottle of water, or 2, and then later that evening, before we started getting ready to head to Hilton Island, South Carolina the next day for another shoot, I wiped everything down with cleanse oil. And if you have seen my reel maintenance video, and if you haven't seen it, you should go check it out. The guys will put it right here in the description of this video. Go check that out, how I care for the reels. But we took this same setup the two setups that we took, and we went to Hilton Head, South Carolina, and we caught these bull redfish and giant Jack Crevalle. This reel experienced no issues at all. Just amazed me. That X-Protect and keeping care of the reel, you know, as best you can, really does make these tough inshore reels. I mean, the max tough, in my opinion, and a big part of my charter business. Now, I've got this one packed with 250, 260 yards at 20 pound. This is Power Pro Super Slick V2. Naturally, like most of the quality reels, flagship reels we have at Shimano, Hagani gears, Hagani body. That's rigidity, that's strength, that's cold forged power that won't let this thing flex when it's under strain. It has the long spool technology, which allows me to make long casts, especially with the arrow wrap, because the way it cross hatches the line on there, I get some pretty great casts, even with a heavy action rod like this 7-footer. It also has micro module gear 2 technology, which is a coating of the gears, and those are precision gears that mesh, I mean, just perfectly together all the time. Gives it a real silent drive feel. The MGL rotor not only gives this better balance overall, but it allows for the drag to work a little bit smoother. And it's got a drag support system in this one that supports the post and doesn't let it flex. So when you have big fish like the ones that we've been tangling with over the past week, you got a lot of confidence that everything's going to perform great. The cross carbon drag gives me tons of adjustment in my drag system. I've really been impressed with this. A lot of my clients will spend the extra money to get the Shimano X-Sense, or even step way up and get the Shimano Stella. But I'm going to tell you right now, I have about 7 or 8 of these reels in my shop in various sizes in the Twin Power XD, and I love them. They've become about my favorite spinner, especially for summer big fish fishing. I'm a big fan of those, and I'm a big fan of the Shimano Sustain as well, as you guys know. But if you give these setups a try, I think, you know, at 8.6 ounces, you can have a pretty light setup to do all the bull red fishing you want to, big flounder fishing up in the Northeast, all the stuff that you'd probably see in a typical day of I'm going to say snook fishing, big Jack Crevalle, obviously. It's just been a really solid piece of equipment when I've made it up with this Terramar XX rod, and this is the specs on that rod. This has been a fine setup for me this summer, and I think it will be for you too. I just thought I'd share that little experience that I had with Aiden over there in the Stewart area, and just let you know we're building really good stuff here at Shimano. Okay, if you're enjoying these type of videos and they're making a difference in your fishing, hit that subscribe button. I need you. Give us the thumbs up. We need to be trending. I want this channel to grow to 50,000 subs by next summer, because when it does, we're gonna have a cameraman for all of our videos, and we'll start traveling. You'll start seeing us in the Northeast part of the country. You'll start seeing us down in the Florida Keys a lot more. You'll start seeing us in Texas. We're gonna be able to do a lot more things once we get to that level. But to get to that level, I need your support, because your support gives my sponsors confidence. And when they got confidence, they're gonna put me on the road. In the meantime, I've got to get after my next video for all of you. Enjoy, and happy 4th of July.